Hello and welcome back to another Strong Collectors Live. I'm your host, Dakota. I'm here with the best co-host in the world, the man who can tell you what book had the best tasting pages in high school, Jordan. We're going to be
I like
talking
that.
about. I think I'm going to try to give you those kind of intros, see if I can just
That's
see what
good.
really breaks you. I
Really
think I
gets me
mentioned that a
going.
few times ago, but yeah.
I love it.
Try to work on some of those. We'll talk
Right.
about PulseCon today. I did have a birthday over the weekend, so you all can
That's right.
feel free to flood me with gifts and things of that nature. I think in
hmm
the description I did put my Amazon wish list.
Hey.
Something I do wish I would like somebody to tell me how to get my phone to connect to StreamYard, because it never
Mm,
recently it has not, because I've been going through OBS and then in here, and it used to say like, oh, use your iPhone as a webcam. Now it doesn't even tell me that. So somebody that's smarter than me, let me know. Let's see, I'll pull up our little presentation here. This was our thumbnail for the day.
oh
Some
yeah.
more pictures
Wow.
from our get together over 4th of July.
What a picture that is, folks.
We've got
Putting
a
the
lot of fun
strong
ones.
and strong collectors.
Exactly. Don't see pipes like that on Dan Who, do you? Just kidding. Maybe we do. I don't know.
Ooh.
But we are still working to get him and Rich on the show at some point, but they're just so busy with vacationing and making millions of dollars off action figures that they're hard to pin down. But eventually, folks, they'll be on the show. Now I do have. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut off my virtual background. I'll take you all behind the scenes a little bit, because I don't think it's going to show up otherwise. I do have. This is my garage door that I film in front of. I do have a package here from. Oh, don't show the address. Don't need you creeps showing up at Jordan's house. I got a box here from Jordan. It's my birthday gift. It is about yay big, and
That's about
I don't know what it
yay.
is. I was wondering, should we open it now or should we save it later? Do a little bit of a hype suspense
Oh,
build up. I don't know. I did cut the top just so it's easier. I don't have to like slice it
right.
open and rip it to pieces here. I don't know what's in here. I've got guesses, but
Mm,
I don't
I
I don't
would.
know what it
I'm
is.
very curious what those guesses are.
Okay,
But
so maybe we'll come back to this.
okay.
Save that a little bit later, folks. If you've got guesses on what Jordan sent
Oh,
me, it's
yeah.
it's
We'll
heavy,
take
so I don't
votes.
think it doesn't seem like it would be like a single 6-inch action figure. It seems too big for that. It
Mm.
seems like there's
We
not really a
sent
lot
way too
of.
many action figures to send a single figure in a box. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's not quite the size of this entire box. There's definitely some packing material in here, but
Mm-hmm.
it's hefty. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll come back to it.
We'll see.
Um, let's put my beautiful background back in.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go to the first thing. We didn't see this because I think this was part of the like you had to be part of the whatever that paid tier is and Hasbro Pulse Premium.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know what they talked about. I just took this picture off of Google, but they showed off this prototype looking thing of ROM the Spaceknight. To me,
Mm.
I don't mind just seeing the digital renders, but we're
Mm-hmm.
making progress. We're seeing kind of the inner workings of how figures are made. I guess that's kind of interesting. Now you're pretty pumped about the ROM the Spaceknight, right, Jordan?
I am. Yeah. I'm curious to see what because obviously, like you said, we have the digital renders. I will love to see the actual product, but I mean, I've been diving into the old ROM books as of late,
Mm-hmm.
folks. So I'm a little late, about 40 plus years late to the ROM game. But I've always known of him and thought he was cool looking. So I think it's another fun one that they're
Mm-hmm.
getting around to, which I thought they couldn't, but I was mistaken.
Yeah.
So I think I'll be grabbing ROM either way, whether it looks like what I hope or not. But I
Mm-hmm.
think it'll be good.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of I'm in the same boat where I just plan on getting him regardless. I think they did say he was going to be around like 7-ish inches tall, so slightly taller than your normal figure, but
Mm-hmm.
not like a giant Build-A-Figure or anything like that. Um, I've been reading the IDW ROM stuff. I just started volume 2 of that this weekend. It's pretty good. Got lots of crossovers in there. Like page 1 of volume 2 is Transformers and GI Joe teaming up with ROM. So kind of interesting. Now, I don't know if this is good news or bad news, Jordan, for you.
Okay.
I'm sure you probably haven't seen it because you're not nearly as into the YouTubes as I am with action figures. But Nerdzoic had posted a video today, and he was talking about these figures. So this is, what are these called? Or help me out, chat. What company makes these?
PST.
Nah, I don't know. Whatever this is.
Best action.
Y'all can help me out. But Big Nerdy was talking.
Okay.
Company that makes kind of these cheaper action figures that are in the like collector aisle at, I think maybe Target, for sure Walmart. They've got TMNT. They did some Avatar: The Last Airbender. Loyal Subject. Thanks, Bruce. Loyal Subject is the company. They have acquired the rights to ROM the Spaceknight, according to Big Nerdy.
So wait, the rights as far as what goes?
As far as making action figures, I would assume. So
how's Legends making ROM then?
Well, I think maybe it was post, because like, I mean, you know, with like TMNT, like these guys aren't the only ones making TMNT action figures. Like everybody and their sisters making TMNT action figures. So that may be the case with ROM. Maybe we're going to see other people pick up the license. I kind of wouldn't think so, but
yeah,
that does give you the option, or at least the possibilities, to be getting more action figures like that. The only downside would be that there's no guarantee. It's kind of early on. We don't know that they're going to be action figures like this. They also do kind of the like, not quite Funko Pop, but kind of the like bobblehead, really cartoony, bubbly type of like I said, maybe it's I don't really know what they are, but like bobblehead-ish type things. So maybe you're going to get ROM like that, and that's really all it's going to be. So, you know, maybe there's not a lot to look into, but we could be seeing a lot more ROM potential. They are also going to do Mask. I didn't really know Mask from back in the day. It kind of seems like a GI Joe knockoff, but I think they had a cartoon, and I don't know. Apparently, had a really cool play set, but they have the rights to that too. It seemed like they got the rights to a bunch of stuff, so that's pretty interesting. But like I said, a lot of their stuff is kind of like cartoony pops. Jack says happy birthday. It's actually his best friend's birthday, and his birthday is tomorrow. A lot of great right in a row.
Great week for birthdays.
Jordan has the same birthday as my mom, and it was the same birthday as my grandma, and also my great grandma. So stacked up with lots of us. All right, moving on though. Back to Marvel Legends. They showed off Dragon Man. We're going to have a full deep dive into Dragon Man coming out on Wednesday. So you can, look forward to that. We won't spend a ton of time here, but I'm pumped about this. I think, especially with the price being $84.99, I think that's a super steal. I'm very excited about that, and I'm for sure buying one of these. I don't think I'm going to stock up on it, but you can hear our thoughts on that on the full episode, because we kind of talk about whether you should invest or not in Dragon Man. Yeah, you're getting him too, right, Jordan?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get a Dragon Man. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I'm still wishing we could see him painted in all his glory before the pre-order, but I don't know. That seems unlikely at this point.
Yeah.
But he's looking substantial.
Yeah. I had run a poll on our Instagram page, so if you're not following us on Instagram, go over and do that. But we did talk about whether the tail was bendy wire or segmented, because from the pictures and even from this, it looks almost segmented, but Ryan had confirmed that this is for sure bendy wire. We've talked about how we don't really care that much about bendy wire. I think with this, though, I would maybe prefer the bendy wire, because it looks like it does the type of pose you would want, and it's not going to be broken up with the sculpt of having, those jointed pieces in the tail. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm happy about it, but it's not like that was going to make or break my buy Dragon Man or not. So regardless, he's going to be coming home with me in whatever that is, a year from now. Speaking of that, though, Jordan, next month, Giant Man should be
That's right.
coming.
I know. I got an email today making sure my shipping address is correct. So,
oh baby,
soon I will have to find space for a giant man behind me somehow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it work, at least for a bit. So get ready.
Your shelves aren't like you can't move those around, can you? They're just kind of set how they are.
No, unfortunately, I cannot. But
Okay,
we're gonna work something out.
yeah, you can get them kneeling, or you have them doing like push-ups or something.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
there you go. A little training session back there. All right, getting into Secret Wars. So this is one that we had talked about. We did a speculation. I don't know when that was, several months ago. It's one of our more viewed videos in the last week, though. So people have been going back and checking that out.
Really?
You can do that. Yeah, it was in our top 10 of the last week. So I don't know if that's people just thought it was covering the new actual reveals, or maybe they want to see what else could be coming with it. So
Right.
either way, they're watching. We were kind of wondering in that episode whether they were going to come with the lenticular shields, but they are, which I think is cool. Again, it's not one of those things that like any younger collector is going to care about. Like me personally, I never had any of those old figures, so it's more just the fact that I knew they came with those that I'm like, oh yeah, this is it's an interesting little feature. But
that little extra touch, you know?
Right. And I don't feel like
Just
it takes away from the like value either. It's not like they come with the figure and just that. They still have like Beyonder here has his kind of exploding world, battle world thing, whatever that is. And then he's got extra hands as well.
That was a meatball.
Yeah, his giant meatball. Mamma mia.
He looks like he's ready to chow down on some Italian.
Yeah.
That white suit, sloppy steaks, maybe.
I was gonna say
white itty bitty jeans. I don't know.
That hair would slick back real nice.
I bet the Beyonder's hair slicks back real nice. All right, continue.
All right. If you guys haven't been watching, I think you should leave. You probably don't understand.
Get a lot of these
80% of our references when we're laughing, but Beyonder was one that we kind of talked about being in our wave when we were doing our speculation. Is this the look you were expecting for Beyonder?
Yeah, well, in the original book, like the first series, I'm pretty sure he's just like a disembodied form or something. So I think Secret Wars 2 is when he got this look. So I mean that makes sense to me. I mean, outside of getting the animated series armor look, this one probably the only one they'd go with. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Spider-Man animated series armor look would be really cool. And you could probably reuse some parts for other characters with that too. I think this one's going to be pretty easy reuse for other ones too. I don't know who all would have this kind of look, but is this like the same kind of torso as what was on what was it, Power Man? Or is that different?
I was thinking that. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to me. I'd have to compare it, but I would guess so. Yeah. Hopefully they painted the inside of his sleeves.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. I'm going to see some arm up poses.
That's right.
Real quick, I always forget at the beginning of the show. I don't know exactly when yet, but we do want to do one of our previous episodes was our collector origin story. We want to hear from the fans, our viewers, your collector origin stories. So thinking probably like next month, sometime when I have the bus done and we're on the road, we'll do another listener call-in show and do like 5 minutes on the clock so that you guys can call us and tell us how you got into either action figures or superheroes, anything like that. One of the greatest birthday gifts of all time, Dan Who, is in the live stream.
Happy birthday from Dan Who, dude. I did not arrange that, so that can't be, my doing, but
what more do I need?
What more do you need? I wish I would have arranged it though. But.
All right, let's get back into Secret Wars here. So stay tuned. I don't know exactly the date of the listener call-in show, but we are going to have a listener call-in show again.
Yes, that was a lot of fun last time. So I really hope you guys get on that because that was cool.
Yeah, I liked hearing from you guys. Are you probably are not going to be picking up the Beyonder, are you, Jordan?
I don't think so. Personally, for me, outside of wanting that meatball, but
that is a cool accessory.
Aside from that, I'll take a pass. But
Could win.
I totally see why he's there, and I think he needs to be.
Yeah, I could see this accessory being in a contender for accessory of the year in our Good, Bad, and the Ugly episode.
Ooh,
So
yeah,
maybe.
that's true. It's a unique one.
Titania,
Okay.
first time ever in the Legends line.
Mm-hmm.
I think
we
this
were
looks
thinking
pretty
she'd
cool.
be coming, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm
She
pretty
was
sure she
pretty
was part of
likely.
the speculation episodes. So
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to put her here. I could have totally seen them like putting out a 2-pack where it's like you've got to get a figure that's come out several times and then this brand new figure. But I think this is a really cool way to put her out.
Yeah.
And I don't know that she really needs much more than extra hands, maybe an extra head. But otherwise, I think this is a fine figure, kind of one of those more substantial females.
Yeah.
She's not quite as big as She-Hulk, I think they said, or at least not as tall. So I don't know. I think that She-Hulk is really cool. I like that size. So if she's close to that, I'd be happy. Not a character that I think I've ever read anything with. I mean, she was obviously in the She-Hulk show, but not quite in this look. I could see her finding her way into my collection just as like a female villain, but she's not one that I'm going to like pre-order. If I find her in lots or something like that, that'll be how she possibly stays in my collection.
She's got spikes coming out of her body, though.
This would be a Todd McFarlane style.
That's a big pull for you, dude.
I do like the spikes. It doesn't have nearly as much pull though as like having wings or cannon arm or chainsaw arm.
That's true. That's true.
Swords, knights, that kind of stuff. That's going to pull a lot harder than spikes. Spikes got to be mixed in with something else.
All
right. Next up, Wolverine. We saw this kind of teased and shown at San Diego Comic-Con. The first time we've had a brown suit Wolverine kind of like this. So we had the House of X one, but that's kind of like an old man version. And then before that, I think it was maybe the Juggernaut wave was the last brown suited Wolverine. I prefer the blue and yellow. That's just me. I don't need a brown suit Wolverine. I don't. But I like this head sculpt here. I think that the unmasked head is probably one of the better heads they've done for Wolverine.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on this one, Jordan?
I mean, I think for me, the brown and tannish one, I think I liked the kind of more the way they had him look in the Toy Biz, a little darker. It's a little too bright for me. I know there's probably some books where he had that look.
Sure.
But I think with that color scheme, the more muted colors work a little bit better, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I think it makes sense. You got to have a Wolverine, right? So if it's gonna be one, it would make sense for him to do this one. I do like his kind of like little wry grin he's got there. You know, he's kind of like that's kind of a classic Wolverine face right there. For me.
I was wondering how you'd feel about that.
I think I like it. I mean, how many? Every other Wolverine's got that gritted, or give him a little. All he needs is a little cigar coming out right there. But
yeah, I think that would be cool if we could get some sort of cigar head. Don't know that that'll ever happen, but I think for me, I don't know. I can see that like we don't have a smirky face like this, so it's kind of cool to add in there. But then at the same time, I think this is like a getting ready to fight type of face, not actually a fighting face.
Right.
So, it has its perks and where you
I wonder, would the yellow match up with another Wolverine or probably not?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. If you could swap the heads and it wouldn't be too different. And I could see that being the case, which is good because if it was brown up top, then
they went all in on that arm hair situation.
Yeah, they did.
I respect that.
That looks like more than the 97 one, because that one had some arm hair, right?
He's getting even hairier.
Got a super chat from Nick saying happy birthday. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. It is a happy birthday indeed. Anytime I get to talk about toys, it's a good time. Next up, we got the black suit Spider-Man. You're a big Spider-Man fan, Jordan.
I am a big Spidey guy.
How are you feeling about this Spidey?
I do think this one looks pretty cool. I like that he's got the alternate heads. That's fun because that was always kind of part of the symbiote. You could see those eyes moving. I mean, I am pretty happy still with the retro symbiote for me. I don't really know if I need. I don't think I need the upgrade, but this is one that I'd be curious to try out.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty happy with what I got for now.
Yeah. I think for me, I do love the Amazing Fantasy body as a Spider-Man body.
You like
And
that one more than I do, I think.
Right. So I mean, we have had the cell shaded one was on the Renew Your Vows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think for me, I'm going to stick with the retro because, but I guess so. My thing would be if you don't have the retro yet, I would go with this one because I like the bigger eyes on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But on my retro, I have one of the older, I think maybe it was the 2-pack one that came with kind of the bigger McFarlane eyes. So I kind of have like a kit bashed version of the Spider-Man that I want already.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's, if you don't have that, then this is probably your best bet. And it comes with all the hands you need, the same that came with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good Spider-Man for sure. It's just one that I already have, which is kind of like, it's kind of a cool wave in that way that there's, there's 2 new figures, but then the ones that are out, there's kind of already really good ones. But if you don't have those ones, these are really good to get. Because I think that retro symbiote Spidey is kind of harder to find. Maybe not, but it's not as hard as like, not as hard as the old Captain America. That one's going for like 50-ish bucks. So new Captain America here. Again, we're getting a broken shield, even more busted up than the last one. I know a lot of people they didn't love that the other one didn't come with a no holes shield. I personally not as upset about that. I like all the effects. I think it's cooler to be able to display effects with it with a few holes. This one, not so much. I could totally understand if you're like, oh man, Captain America's just got a totally busted shield. But
yeah, it seems almost like a bit of a troll at that point if you're getting another one. And it's also a broke. I thought that was actually kind of funny.
I did too.
I mean, the first thing I'm gonna say that I noticed, I text you, the no butterfly joints in the arms feels a little like an odd choice to me.
Really no upgrade.
Yeah, that was my thought. Was like, man, this is gonna be the upgraded Cap, and then I'm gonna have to buy them. I am safe from that. Maybe it's, I don't know, something looks off with the main head to me.
Yeah, like the smiley head. Yeah, it's kind of a creepy smile.
He looks kind of like he's just lost his mind.
Yeah, I totally see that too. And I think the angry one is okay too. They both just, maybe in person they would look better. But
I like the colors. I like the lighter blue and red is cool.
Yeah. I was thinking this shield would be kind of cool to put up with kind of the, what was that, Fallen Sun storyline where Captain America dies, and like if you had kind of like a funeral scene and you could put the busted shield on top of it. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if the shield was actually broken during that, but
it was not. But okay. I get what you're saying.
I kind of see, Captain America died, broken shield. It seems like it goes.
They're like, he's dead. We got to break the shield.
I think of it more as like he died.
No, we can use it. Break it. Thor just comes over and
smashes it.
It's what he would have wanted.
Maybe my idea didn't work out so well, but I think it could look cool.
I get it. I get it.
Next up is Iron Man.
Iron Man's fun.
Out of all these, Iron Man would be at the top of my list of ones that I would consider pre-ordering. I don't. The body is exactly the same as the AI Iron Man. That's right?
It looks
like down to the head
to me. Yeah, I can't. I'd be surprised if it's different, but
yeah. So
maybe
I think that was a great Iron Man. I think, but at the same time, I just sold that AI Iron Man for like maybe $10. I don't even think it was $10. So very cheap.
Oh, okay. We got a comment
now. Wasn't
that's true? They did. I think they did mention it's pinless.
I think the 20th was pinless also, right? Because I think First Classic, really? The 20th isn't pinless? Dang. Okay. Well, I really like that 20th one. So I would lean 20th body, but I like these accessories because for roller skates.
Come on.
I don't have any figure that has roller skates right now.
That is also amazing.
I haven't seen anybody talk about these are new smoke effects, right? Like these aren't the same ones that go on the guns.
Yeah.
All right. Well, apparently the 20th isn't pinless. I have just as much fun with it as if it were pinless, though. So, but I don't think I've seen these smoke effects before, so that's kind of a cool touch. That alone is kind of like, ooh, okay, maybe I want this. But at the same time, I kind of need to be like, Dakota, if they put it out with this Iron Man, they're going to put it out with another Iron Man.
Right.
I can just hold my horses. Are they going to put roller skates with another Iron Man, though? I don't think so.
That seems unlikely.
I know.
Unless they just really want to reuse it and everybody's getting roller skates now.
Yeah. I think, did the Mafex one might have come with roller skates, or the Mezco, one of those more pricey ones, I think might have come with roller skates.
Yeah.
I think what would be okay if they wanted to really go over the top, you put a port on the back of those roller skates so you can fit the things that, like, at the bottom of the boots.
Pulsers.
Yeah, so you can get some rocket propelled roller skates. That's just so fun. I love it.
Yeah. So I did not see that coming.
Again, I don't know that I'm going to run out to pre-order it, but it's one of those that, like, if I saw this in person, I probably would end up buying him. So out of the whole Secret Wars wave, Jordan, for me, it's Iron Man. Is there any that if you see in person, you're going to be getting?
I mean, geez. Yeah, the Iron Man is pretty fun. But yeah, maybe honestly, I would have to look at the Spidey, but I think I could be tempted.
Okay.
I think I could be, just because yeah, that's the one I think I've been thinking about the most out of them, if I'm honest.
I think that they did this pose here on the left is like, if they hadn't done that,
right,
we should have just all boycotted and but I mean, that was the first pick they showed, and it's like, that's
true.
I hope they do like when they do the Marvel variant covers. I would like to see a variant cover with the action figure in that pose. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Dan says that he unboxed the Iron Man and the smoke parts work for the guns as well, but it's not the exact same ones, right? Like, they are slightly different. It looks like there's more smoke to them. And then Hellfire Hank gets the skates. That makes sense. I like that. Next, they had Kang as their PulseCon exclusive. I don't know. For me, I've never liked Kang that much as a villain, just in general. You're the bigger Kang fan, Jordan.
I do like Kang. If you go back on our top all-timers, you may just find a spot for him there for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I didn't have this Kang, like basically what is the one they did, I don't really need the faceplates, but I do think the time chair is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the little blaster, I think, is fun. I don't. I mean, I guess though he's got a grimacing face, not a stoic face like the other Kang.
True.
So when you think about it, technically he's different enough. I know you've been trying to talk me into getting this one, Dakota, and I don't know. I don't anticipate it selling out, but I could see at some point, if it doesn't and was a little cheaper, I'd probably snag him for that chair, because that is pretty cool.
Yeah. Dan says he just posted a Kang review. If you
need
a little,
all right.
Little
well,
push.
Maybe I'll go check it out, and then
don't go check it out yet. Not yet. Wait till this is
not right now. But I'm saying when I do check it out.
Fans, Jordan. I don't want them running.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were worried I was going to, because that sounds great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did plug up the like Spidey, like where the webs go under his arms for the Amazing Fantasy. So I think that's cool, because I think they could have done it without doing that. But I think with being such an iconic Spider-Man, it's cool that they did plug it up. You probably don't really have much use for the alternate faces, dude. I think that one, like the fleshy white and blue face, that's like Nightmare Kang face to me.
Yeah, that one's pretty scary looking. I usually just go with the old blue face on the Kang there, so I'd probably stick with that. But if you don't have this Kang, I think that's good value for well, I don't know, we could talk about that, but I think he looks cool if you don't have him. It's a great Kang, and that chair looks cool.
Yeah. Next, they had their last VHS Spider-Man 2-pack that they're going to do for the foreseeable future. Maybe they'll come back and do it, but we see Vulture here. That was, if you go back, was that a year ago or more now? We did our predictions, and I mean, it's not that hard to just predict what characters came out in the show, but I think this looks pretty good. I never really cared about this look of Vulture, but seeing the figure here, I'm like, ooh, that's a good looking figure. I don't know how you feel about Vulture from the animated series,
Yeah,
Jordan.
I always gravitated to the old man Vulture, you know that. So,
Yeah.
but I think I even like I think I have I don't remember which Falcon it was that has those kind of wing ports, but I think those are
Hmm.
pretty cool and work pretty well.
Yeah.
So I like that. I mean, I think it's probably everything we'd want from the animated series, Vulture.
Hmm.
And I think it makes sense that they rounded it out with him.
Yeah.
Um, so
I
I
I
think
mean,
it's
does the old
cool.
man head sway you at all since you like the old man look?
I just love the feathery costume look, you know, but that is kind
Yeah.
of fun.
I mean, I don't know. I like the chest straps. It's
Yeah.
got all the pouches and stuff.
It adds a little more dimension to the
Right.
than just the plain suit. So
The Spider-Man, at first I was kind of like, oh, okay, a cool Spider-Man. I still, again, Jordan mentioned the top 10 all-time Marvel Legends list. Go back and listen to that. My favorite is the
mhm.
Amazing Friends Spider-Man. Upon closer inspection, the gap between the traps and the shoulders seems a bit extreme to me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that just kind of threw me off big
Hmm.
time. I like the idea of getting the mask like clenched in the hand accessory is kind of cool looking.
Hmm.
Um, so I do like that.
Yeah.
I like getting the animated head. I don't really need the flash head, but again, one of those things they just kind of throw in there.
Might
Um,
work for your next year's leaked was it Agent Venom? Yeah, but is he Agent Venom or is he
mhm,
Anti Venom or is
mhm.
it the same guy? I
He's
got to read those
actually
books.
both at different times, so
All right, well there you
you're
go.
right on both
You're
counts.
gonna need two of those heads if you get
Depends
both of
on
those figures.
when you're reading. Yeah.
Yeah, I am excited to see them reuse this mask, like the
Mhm.
like mask off look,
Mhm.
because that's I think an accessory for Spider-Man that they'd been missing for a while.
Yeah.
Um, Again, it's not like a must have because I would usually just display my Spider-Man with the mask on anyway. But I think
Mhm.
this makes it a lot more likely that I'm going to use those Peter Parker heads.
That's true.
Um, so this is everything that has come out in the VHS line. I've got
Mhm.
the Daredevil Hydra Man, the Green Goblin and Mary Jane, and Peter
Mhm.
Parker and Smythe. And you just have the Mary Jane one, right?
I got the Smythe one,
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm tempted by
and yeah.
Doc Ock, but I don't
Yeah, I've
really want
seen
the
him
Aunt
when I
May.
see him loose sometimes, I think about it, but never quite gone through, but I probably should get him eventually.
Yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite looks for Doc Ock. I mean, I like the classic look too, but
Mhm.
this is very like '90s, kind of how I saw him growing up.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I like that look.
One of your heroes, role models.
I don't know about that, but I suppose
Wow.
Doc Ock,
Used to come into school just dressed just like him, dude.
same haircut. Um, Fans were able to vote on what they wanted to have revealed, whether they got Dan, Ryan, or Dwight's favorite figure.
Mhm.
And Dan won, and apparently his favorite figure to be revealed is this X-Force Nightcrawler,
Mhm.
which is interesting because they kind of were, alluding to maybe we're going to have more X-Force figures coming out or figures like this, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And we talked on the leaks episode, spoiler alert, la la la, if you don't want to hear it. But we've got more X-Force figures with Warpath, X-23, and Archangel.
Mhm.
But Warpath and X-23 weren't on the same team as Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler's X-Force team was like Wolverine, Phantom X, I think Archangel, some other ones that weren't Warpath and X-23. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe they're just doing a bunch of the gray and black looks, even if they weren't like in the comics together. But I don't know, just interesting. A little bit surprised to see that.
Yeah.
Um, are you interested in a X-Force Nightcrawler? I would assume probably not, Jordan.
No, but I think if they just did this one as like a regular Nightcrawler, I'd want it
Sure. Yeah.
with that head.
Yeah.
Because, neither of us were big fans of the 97 Nightcrawler head. but you have
Right.
your retrofitted older head with the newer body. So still waiting for that perfect synthesis, and I'm sure it's coming, but we
Yeah.
might need to. This gives me hope.
Right. So I was just curious,
Mm-hmm.
listeners, you can join in too. So we see Dan's favorite. What do you assume Ryan and Dwight's? I would think that Ryan's would be a Gambit. I don't know what style of Gambit. I would hope it's kind of like a Horseman of Apocalypse Gambit. I think that would be cool because I think we're going to see that in X-Men 97. Maybe it would be an AOA Gambit.
Yeah. Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay. That's a good one too. I feel like when they said, because they had kind of prefaced beforehand that there wasn't going to be any MCU reveals. I can't remember if they said like there won't be any MCU or like don't expect MCU. But that's a good guess, Jordan. I like that. What about for Dwight?
I know that I think we were texting about that. I also voted for Dwight just because I could have seen that being more of a wild card.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Do we know who Dwight would identify?
The Watcher's thinking it would be some sort of Venom. So maybe that would be how they reveal like the Agent Venom or Anti-Venom, if it's kind of in that category.
Yeah.
Because I know he's always talked about liking the Reavers. I don't know if there's more Reavers that would need to be created. I don't know the Reavers that well, so maybe there would be something there. I know they've kind of been talking about he's making something that he's been his favorite for the last few years or whatever it is. I don't know if that's what it would be, if they would like tease that this way
thing or what.
I can't remember if he said for sure it was a Build-A-Figure.
I said there was a Build-A-Figure wave that had like his best.
Okay, maybe.
Weren't we talking about that? He's like his favorite thing to work on or something. But okay. We got some comments.
Green and Yellow Banshee, possibly. Yeah, I could. Nasty Boys would be that's high up on my list. If we can get
on Dakota's list for sure.
I would love a 5-pack. Just give me Gorgeous George and Hairball. That would be fun. That just seems so unlikely though. But again, they could do it. It's just, will they? All right, moving on. Last, they had some little tease here that they like to do at the end of most of their streams. Jordan, assumption,
a little smushed head. Yeah. I mean, I was wondering if we're going with more like a mask type thing. Do you think that's too thick to be a mask?
Well, I think that's kind of what the crowd consensus is, that this is going to be a chameleon mask.
Yeah.
Which, much to Dan Who's dismay, probably means it's going to be a comic version of Chameleon and not the animated version, because the animated version didn't have masks.
He just had that little projector thing.
Right. So probably going to be more into like robe looking thing, which I would lean more towards the comic or the animated over the comic.
Yeah.
I will say my first assumption when I saw this, I was like, oh, I used to have a toy very similar to this. And it was Senator Kelly from the old X-Men movie. So
dude, I had that thing too. I wish I did. That is horrendous. That Jean Grey is pretty rough too. That's like Michael Jackson.
That is pretty rough.
Doesn't it look like
that's from the movie? It's a little more accurate to the thing they were holding, but I don't. Maybe
that might be the grossest. Oh man, I do remember that. Look at his little arm. It's
like it had that like squishy sandy feel. I don't know what they put inside that. That'd be interesting to like buy that and cut it open and see what that is, because it felt gross too.
They should have kept him around as a bad guy, just looking like that.
Yeah,
Slug Boy.
Yeah,
I remember as a kid, I thought when he turned into water, he was becoming Hydro Man.
No.
I was like, it's got to be.
But he just was water and gone.
He's dead. Interesting. I did not think of that, but.
So I think probably much more likely it's going to be Chameleon.
There's a lot of love for that Senator Kelly, dude.
Right.
Comments.
Dan is starting off. He's taking names down for who needs pitchforks and going to join the riot when it's not a animated Chameleon. I feel like they've got to do that on the retro card though, because I think we were kind of assuming it was going to be in the 2-packs, but the retro card would look so much nicer. So maybe it's still to come. We'll we'll hold out hope. But if they're doing a comic version, they probably aren't going to do an animated version anytime soon. I don't know.
Hard to say.
So yeah, probably Chameleon.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't love that look, but it'll be here. Jordan, I don't know. Did you do any of these trivia things?
I did not.
All right, good.
No.
I was hoping you didn't, because now you can do them here live, and we'll all see how smart you are. Which villain did not appear in the Marvel Legends HasLab Giant Man City diorama Photoshop shoot? Was it Crossbones, Baron Zemo, Madam Hydra, or Zemnu?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Zemnu.
All right. Final answer, folks. What do you think? Get them in. The answer is Madam Hydra, Jordan.
Dang it.
Sorry, no points to you.
All right.
Next question. Oh, go ahead. What do you got?
No, that's okay. I was just going for a theme with the first three. Zemnu seemed like the outlier, but
I would have guessed that too, I think. Which 2024 Marvel Legend release was not teased on a Pulse fan stream prior to its reveal? Scar, Jean Grey Phoenix, Kang the Conqueror, or Danny Ketch Ghost Rider?
I feel like this is a trick question because I wanted to say Ghost Rider because of I couldn't remember with the flame effect, but I'm thinking the answer is Jean Grey. Because I remember we got the Scar Dagger, Kang Blazer, and I'm pretty sure the fire effect was for Ghost Rider.
You are correct, yes. Jordan. That is a good question they put together, though, because I think a lot of people were saying, like, oh, that's going to be a Phoenix effect. Nope. It's a kickstand.
We thought that at the time.
Yeah. All right. Question 3. Which character appears in both Marvel Legends programs, the Avengers 60th Beyond Earth's Mightiest and the Marvel 85th Anniversary? Thor, Hulk, Ms. Marvel, Doctor Doom.
It's Doctor Doom.
It is Doctor Doom.
Yes.
I think I probably would have gotten mixed around with the 85th and been like Thor because of the 80th and the Thor and Destroyer 2-pack.
Right.
But you're too smart for that, Jordan.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Question 4. I think this is the last one. The Shield 3-pack with Dum Dum Dugan, Nick Fury, and Sharon Carter came with how many accessories? 37, 33, 31, General Hux. I don't know if that's a typo on their part, but that's the options.
There's just a 4th General Hux they threw in there. Like, we got to move this guy. I'm going to go with, let's say 33. Feeling it.
33. So when I was doing the poll, or when I was doing these questions live, I was like, all right, it probably wouldn't be the least amount they could say. And why would they put a more option here?
Right.
But why wouldn't you just be like, we gave you as much as possible from a marketing standpoint? The answer was 37, Jordan. I'm sorry.
I should have thought of that. You're right.
All right. So now that you're all here, it's my birthday. We're moving on from Marvel Legends to Mythic Legions. You'll have to bear with me as I talk about the Armory experience that's going to be at Legions Con. You probably haven't seen this, have you, Jordan?
No.
You're not deep into the Legions. That's all right. Let me tell you about this. So,
all right. Yeah,
it's going to be a Build-A-Figure experience where you go through the line and you're able to pick out parts to create the knights that you want. There's going to be red parts, green parts, black parts, purple parts.
Oh, okay.
So step 1, you choose your head out of these many assortments of heads. And then you choose your torso, choose your arms and legs, choose your armor. Everybody gets a weapons pack, and then you pick one of your golden gag gifts.
Ooh, those gag gifts. I like that golden ducky.
Yeah, I was thinking I would pick out the duck as like a golden goose.
Oh, yeah.
And then
that's cool.
Maybe the golden gourd, just because of GG. I like the alliteration there.
You're a big alliteration guy.
I am a big alliteration guy. That is true. So I think the rule is you can go through the line. You can pick out 2 figures. They're $40 each. So the standard price, pretty much, I think that's what Legions are going to move up to be 40, 45, something like that. Can't remember whether it's 40 or 45. I think you can mix and match too. So you don't have to do just an all red figure and an all green. You can do a red head, green torso, black arms and legs, whatever. I'm curious what your choice would be if you could choose one color option. We won't go crazy with the pop and swaps. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of, my eyes are going right to the red. I think is fun.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the red, to be honest. I feel like you
Yeah.
could do a cool get like a Francis Ford Coppola Dracula style with his like red armor. Get like a vampiric head on there. That would actually look pretty cool. Black I like, but it's a little just kind of bland. You know, I feel like red would be a fun one that I could see actually putting up. That is unique. So I'm thinking red right off the bat.
Okay.
What about you?
Are you? Well, my plan. You can get 2. I've got 2 badges because Savannah's coming with me, so I'm gonna get 2. Savannah's gonna get 2. I'm gonna get 1 of each color.
Wow!
The question is just, which
that is some strong
bodies do I
collecting
choose?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some more of the like leather looks that look cool. So I kind of like the armors. We'll see. I do get a lot of messages, Jordan. Are you coming to Legion's Con or not?
I am making moves to make that happen right now, Dakota. I can.
You better hurry up. There's less than 100 tickets left.
All right. Well, I'm working on it.
We got a super
I was
chat.
just in communication with Zach. I think we're gonna do a little team up.
Oh, okay.
In his neighboring area. So
okay.
Confirmed.
All right, fans, listeners, you've heard it here. Jordan is moved from. I've been telling him no because you've been saying you're thinking about it, and I'm like, when Jordan's thinking about it, that means no. Now Jordan's actively planning to possibly come. He has concepts of coming. He has concepts of a plan.
Idea.
Yeah. So, Kwaman, is that how I say your name? Thanks for the amazing content. I've got to agree with you. This is amazing content.
This is some great content.
I try to make sure that everything we put out is amazing. If it doesn't, actually, sometimes when it doesn't even meet my standard of amazing, I put it out, and that's what ends up doing the best. So that stop displaying like this kind of video, that's I think our #1 most viewed video. I was like, I don't even really know if I did a good job on this. And I was like, I'm going to post it anyway, see how it does. Best thing we've done. So,
bada boom, bada bing.
Okay, if I could only pick one of these though, Jordan, I think I would go with the green. I don't have anything like that in my Legends, although the purple would be my second choice. I think the green is just a lot more. It pops a lot harder on the shelf. I really like that. The purple is like going back to their original concepts of Mythic Legions, and it's the only thing they haven't done. I think I was listening to the Jeremy talk on his show, so that's kind of cool. I'll probably go with this build for this one, and then the other ones I still need to put together. So I'm excited for that. That'll be fun. And yeah, you'll get to make one of those too when you come. Coming up this week, don't go anywhere because I got to open up my birthday present from Jordan. Tomorrow on the Strong Collector Comics, we're going to be talking about Agatha and the other Disney Plus shows, kind of our thoughts on how it started off, where it's gone, kind of what the overall vibe is. Where is everyone?
Disney Plus talk in general, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Then on Wednesday is our talk about Dragon Man. Should you invest? Should you buy 2? Is it worth it? Because I think we could do another, like an update. We did, should you buy 2 Giant Mans? I think we could do another one because the Facebook groups have been popping saying that the value is going to go crazy since there's not very many of them made. And I think that's probably true. So I'm curious to know what your number is, where you will sell him. If he gets to $500, $600, do you sell him? We'll find out in a later episode.
I like that.
On Thursday, we learned the truth about Legendsverse. And we're going to be interviewing the owner, creator, founder of Legendsverse, taking a look at kind of the features, kind of his thoughts on Legendsverse, how it started, where it's gone. Because if you've heard us talk about Legendsverse in the past, it's kind of become like a community hub, almost like the Facebook groups. So to me, it's a lot more than I would have expected it to be. So it was cool to get to sit down and talk with him about Legendsverse. So that'll be coming out on Thursday. Now, Jordan, let's open up this package.
Without any further ado, we had a couple questions, Dakota. T3 Collects did ask how old you are today.
Oh, you guys can guess. I'm interested to see what you guys guess. I always like doing that with, like, when I was coaching kids, I'd have them I'd ask them like how old they thought I was, because I'd usually go around the circle, say your name, how old you are, and favorite food. And they'd always guess I was like 50 or 60 years old. So
they would have been right.
T3 Collects is guessing 33 right off the bat. Another guess for 33. Do I really look that old? I'm that old? I'm just kidding.
Whoa. Easy, dude.
28. All right. I'm shooting a little lower. I am 29. So 29. I'll be 30 next year.
30 next year, baby.
So old. I don't know. I still feel like a child with all my hobbies, and y'all keep me young with this collecting world. So all right, so my guess, I had you guess how old I was. My guess here, I did some research. I think there's an Invincible card game out there, or like a board game kind of ish. That's going to be my assumption. I think it's the right size, shape, weight. It feels maybe too light to be that, but that's my guess. If I have to have one guess, that's my guess. We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
I'm wrong. Right off maybe I'm not wrong, but first off that I see, we've got the Iron Man from the House of M. That is a cool Iron Man. I like this Iron Man because I think, was it for Christmas you got me the Human Torch from that set?
Indeed I did. Very
nice. This is a cool
He does
Iron
not
Man.
have the backpack, unfortunately, Dakota. That one is a bit of a rare find, but you can imagine, or that can give you a rare specialty piece that'll keep you collecting for maybe years to come.
Yeah,
but I thought that one was cool. I think the sculpt on that is so cool.
Yeah, like that head.
I know, it's like so unique, and like it's kind of almost statue looking, like the way the legs are like shaded with those lines. So he's also got, my favorite Toy Biz feature are
the articulated
fingers. There's something about it.
Number one.
If you have this one, folks, weigh in. But
yeah, I don't think they ever would, but I would be curious to see how Hasbro would update that, because yeah, like you said, the shading on it is like, it's almost not even like a blackwash. It's just like,
I don't understand it.
Yeah. All right. Getting deeper.
All right. Dig deeper, brother.
Oh. I'll finish off the set. Got Thing from the House of M. I thought he looked so sad.
He does look
so sad.
Sam was watching him around the house and just wanted to give him a hug.
Yeah, he does look like he needs a hug.
He needs some help. I still haven't read those issues, but I really want to now, because I want to understand why he's got like a collar on his neck.
Right. He's got the double jointed fingers. Got the not only there, but then he's also got, you can do like the ball gazing almost. All right, getting deeper in. Can you guess, folks? What's the third figure?
What's it going to be?
Rounding out the team. We've got the House of M Hulk. That is it's like a bad face, but it's almost a cool face how bad it is.
Right.
Like it kind of looks like a Stonehenge kind of Hulk head.
Ooh, yeah. Like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I thought those tattoos or paint looks nice. He's on a weird, I don't know if they're all like that, but it feels like he's kind of like a spring-loaded waist or something. I'm not sure what that's about.
He really is.
So I don't know if that's like a feature or what, but I was surprised by that.
Yeah. But I'm surprised how well the tattoos have held up, being as old of a figure as it is.
Right.
Got like a snake around his arm, bird on his back.
Yeah, I thought those might have been more faded, but
yeah,
they look pretty nice. So
yeah, those fit really well. I think it's just
it should be a little
yeah, I got a note. I'm not reading
some little note in there.
I'm gonna read that myself.
It's kind of like The Office. Cry on camera.
Exactly. It's like The Office, where Pam has the note in the teacup and saves it for just her. Yeah, that's
right.
Thank you, Jordan. That is very cool.
You're very welcome. I was trying to think. I'm like, what can I? It's getting difficult at this point. That's right. Exactly. That's kind of how it feels. So there you go.
We'll have to do a another live stream, because I actually did just acquire a gift for you this weekend, Jordan. So
Ooh.
we'll do another live gift exchange.
All right.
I don't know if I don't know when I'm going to see you again, Jordan. You'll have to come up here before we leave, though.
All right.
Otherwise, I'll see you at
arrange
Legion's
it.
Con. Maybe I'll
That's right.
bring it there. Well, no, I should probably see you beforehand. You're not going to want to fly with us. So if that gives you any hints as to what could this possibly be. All right, folks. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for sticking around for our chats on the new reveals from Hasbro. Make sure to tune in to all of our great and amazing content we've got coming out later this week. We've got a giveaway coming on the Legendsverse episode, so definitely make sure you tune into that. Win yourself a Mythic Legion. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay strong.